Stirling Talks with Wilson on Stirling Community Radio.
This is Stirling Talks on Stirling Community Radio. I found myself in Alloa again, and what you're hearing right now, well, I'm not quite sure what that noise is. What is that noise?
It's a pendant motor.
A pendant motor. And who are you?
I'm Kerri-Lee, the owner of Three Gem Sisters in Alloa.
So I'm here in Alloa at Three Gem Sisters, and I've seen your name pop up because I saw something where you won an award, and I was like, okay, well, that's interesting. And my wife is very much into gems and stones, and half the time I'm going, I don't know what she's going on about, which is fine. I love it. What is Three Gem Sisters? You're still a fairly new business, right? About a year or so?
So I'm a new business, but I've been studying jewellery and gemology and bits for about 6 years now. Yeah. So I've officially finished studying 2 years ago, and while I was pregnant with my third child, I thought, well, I'm going to be the worst employee ever trying to juggle 3 kids. So I decided to open my business while making jewellery. And I started at market stalls, and kind of things progressed. And I needed to take my workshop from home into a space where I could kind of switch off, which is where this is now born in Alloa, so which is very local for me. So the Three Gem Sisters is named after my kids. So it's the 3 kids.
Okay, so that's nice.
So I don't have 3 sisters.
Okay, but it
So
does.
it's just me.
It does work like that. There's so much here to talk about. I know, and the thing that first got my attention was I think I saw a banner or something somewhere where you won an award, and now I'm looking up on the wall. And you've won a few awards. I know you don't seem like a person who wants to toot your own horn or anything. But that's quite a lot.
So one of my first awards was when I was in college. I won a highly commended award from the Scottish Gemology Association. That is a mouthful. But so I made a necklace, and I set over 340 stones in the necklace. So and most recently, I was a finalist in the Great British Entrepreneur Awards for a retail startup, and then this year as well I've won the Retail Business of the Year for Women and the Oceanic Women's Award, and I was also a finalist last year in Creative Entrepreneur for the Great British Entrepreneurs as well.
I knew this was going to be good, and I thought we were going to end up talking about all the technical and this and that, which is fascinating. But while I have you here, I mean, you're a woman, you're a small business, you're a mom, you're award-winning. When do you have time to do this is amazing here. We haven't even talked about the stones yet or anything. One of the things I think that's interesting about your story is we all go to these markets and everything, and we see different booths, and people set up a little table, and they may have a little 10 by 10 tent or something like that. And a lot of times we see it, well, that's nice. And that you started out, you went from that to having your own shop. For a lot of the people out there kind of trying to make their own way, that you're living the dream here.
So I mean, anyone that has a passion for it, like I started with nothing. I didn't take any loans out, so all of this is out of my own back. I didn't have any step up or anything like that. Unfortunately, especially since COVID, there is no grants or anything out there, especially in the creative kind of industry. You have to be quite niche and stuff. So not speaking for everyone, but at the moment that I had, so basically everything was on my own. But again, this is built up slowly. So everything that you see in the shop is like just me, just literally me. And at the moment it is just me. I have a couple of girls that do some work for me as well. And this year I'll definitely be having to employ my first full-time employee, which is exciting.
Wow.
So
I knew this was going to be interesting. This is very interesting. For people listening to this now, but okay, we've hooked you on that. It's interesting. They hear 3 gems, they think in jewelry shop or something like that. Kind of, but not really, because I'm looking around, and a lot of these are one of a kind that you've made.
So I love things whimsical, right? Just love it all. So when I opened the shop, I was like, oh, do I just stick with like just jewelry? But I mean, ever since I was little, I've always loved, like, every time I see a rock, I get excited, right? So whether it's big, small, faceted in a in jewelry. So I kind of, and obviously as a mum of three, and anyone else that is looking after kids will know it is sometimes nonstop, and sometimes I don't have time to make my own range and keep going. So I was like, what else can go in the shop and what will go together? So gemstones and jewelry kind of just all collaborate into one thing, right? So it kind of grew arms and legs for there. And then obviously because I'm really interested in all aspects of it, and that's why you're standing in the shop that's full of crystals and gemstones and jewelry, and
Well, just for the fellas out there, it's whimsical, but it's not that whimsical when you walk in, because it's not, there's no fairy dust and sprinkles, and there's none of that in here, so you'll be all right, fellas, coming in looking for something here for your special person. So you got that going on. You do some repair work too, right?
Yeah, so I kind of do it all. So my workshop is on site as well. It's just in the wall behind us when you walk in. So yeah, I do repairs. I do a lot of remodeling. So if you own some jewelry that you've inherited and maybe want to reuse the gold or silver, or gemstones, I can redesign something. So I use like 3D design software, so you can see a render of the finished piece before I've even touched your precious gold and metal. I also do like lost wax casting, so I actually sell a range where me and the kids will go in the woods in Clackmannan, and we'll pick up like pine cones and grass pods and stuff, and then I burn that out in the kiln for about 15 hours or so, and then you pull through the silver grain or gold grain, and then that gives you that unique one-off piece from Clackmannan woods, whether it be a grass pod, birch cone, whatever as well. I also do permanent jewelry, so that's where you weld the bracelet or anklet and stuff on. So that's it's quite popular now. So I mean, admittedly, I just got excited over the tool, but it's something that I do offer in store as well. And another thing that's become more popular that I've been doing quite a lot of is memorial jewelry. So I have a big range that I do set ashes in jewelry as well. So yeah, that's something I do as well. And then obviously just all your repairs. So whether it's from just polishing up and want new lease of life in your jewelry, or like resizing rings, wedding rings, matching things, anything really.
So I'm going to get the sense here. You mentioned your kids and all that stuff and running around the woods and all that. I imagine that might have been you back in the old days, looking at rocks and stuff as a kid. Is that right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So I think it definitely rubs off.
Definitely.
I mean, they're still young, so I have a 3-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 10-year-old just now. Wow. So still very much in the world's a fascinating, magical place. So and you just want to keep them in that bubble forever, right? So. And I think like when you come in the shop, I've got like some big geodes like from Brazil, the big amethyst ones. So, and the kids just go up. I say kids, right? But adults go straight up to it. They just love it. Like, men, women, everyone. Like, I mean,
that's almost something you'd see in a museum, really.
Yeah,
so, really is,
I mean, one day, don't get me wrong, I would love like the big, massive ones, but I'm working towards it. I'm working towards it.
Your shop needs to be a little bit bigger before you get one of those. So this is good. This is clearly something you're passionate about, and you love about this, and you do so many different things. For people out there, this is a business. Mm-hmm. So for that, if someone wants to come in and look around or something, or if they've got something, I imagine there's people listening to this thinking about getting something repaired or remade or one of those memorial pieces. How does that work? What are the steps?
So, I mean, you would just come in, just let me know what you want, and then we just go from there. Yeah. So, I mean, if you've got design ideas, you can like WhatsApp me or email me, or like Facebook, Instagram, or whatever, some pictures. I can kind of collate what you kind of want, get an idea if that's like the remodel or even a fresh design. If you just want something designed fresh, I can also source diamonds or any kind of gemstones, whether it be lab grown diamonds, natural diamonds, or if you're wanting natural emeralds or synthetic stones, whatever you want, I can get in. And like most of them come from Hatton Garden as well. But yeah, it's it's hard sometimes because the playing feels so big. Like I can do whatever you want. It's not very like blinkers on. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So
the possibilities are almost endless.
Yeah. So as long as I get some kind of guidance of what you want, I can probably make it for you. So I mean, I've done things like I've made solid silver paperweights, like a big skull with a scorpion on for someone. So I mean, like as in like if you can think it up, I can probably make it for you.
Is that person named Ozzy?
No. It'll be kind of cool.
So I'm looking at so that's good to know here. You do getting some of the skulls and all the rock and roll. And all. We are a radio station, all that stuff. So if someone finds out more, they can contact you on WhatsApp. Your information. What's your website?
So it's just 3 Gem Sisters at the Sum Up store. So there's not a lot on my website just now because a lot of the stuff is kind of one-off, and a lot of like.
There's no reason to put it up there because it's gone when they see it. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. So, but yeah, I am working on it. It's something that I'm working on. Yeah. Obviously, as a small business owner, I have to wear all of the hats. Exactly. So I'm better at hammering metal than I am on the website.
We'll have your Instagram. We'll have the accounts linked up, and there's ways for people to contact and all that kind of good stuff. So again, I'm looking around the shop here, and I'm seeing the geodes and all these things, and it smells nice in here, and I'm seeing a couple of things. Oh, there's some skulls and everything. So this is quite cool. The question I ask everybody, I didn't tell you I was going to ask you this, putting you on the spot right now. What was your first concert?
Oh. I think, honestly, it was watching McFly at Tea in the Park.
Really? Oh, wow. Okay. Wasn't expecting that.
No. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see more people live, but I just worked so much growing up that I always I was one of those kids that always missed out.
Okay. So, no, that's fine. A different question here. Yeah. While you're in here working, and we heard some of that noise there, so thank you for that. Is there any kind of music or a genre of music? Do you listen to music while you're working? Is there some music that kind of helps you concentrate or pumps you up?
Yeah, so I listen to different music in the workshop than I would, and I'm kind of one of those people that if you were to listen to my playlist, like 1 minute it's like heavy metal, and then the next minute it's like
those are the best. Those
K-pop are the best. Demon Hunters or whatever.
Those are the best.
So like I love, sometimes it honestly just depends, like
it just depends on the mood.
Yeah, like a bit of Milky Chance.
If you're feeling really, really creative, if you've got something you're like, oh, I'm gonna love doing this. Yeah. Is there like a song you think about that's like, yeah, this is it? If you're making something with a skull.
Oh, I don't know. I'm really bad with names. I mean, I used to play rugby and I used to listen to like Fort Minor, like before, like maybe something like that.
Right, okay.
But then I don't know, like I love it, like we remix because you like get into it and then you're like, oh, and then there's a different beat. So that's probably terrible for a radio.
No, it's not, because honestly, I mean, we have a wide mix here at the station, so that's why I asked that, because you're the first person that said I'm all over the place.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for me, I'm Beatles to the Beastie Boys, and I think that's the best because there's so many different genres, but your moods and all that stuff. And when you walk in, if you're not in a good mood, you will be when you come in 3 Gem Sisters here, because it's just I'm looking around. Okay, there's only one fairy in here for the fellas out there listening. If you're thinking there's all fairies and all that, it's not. So this is great. Award-winning, woman-owned. She's a mom, small business. What are your plans for the rest of the year, for the summer? Are you going to go back and do some of those festivals? Or are you too busy for that now?
I mean, I would love to. I think I'm, a bit of scouting for girls, and Sum 41 is a bit of my taste. So that's what I kind of listen to most of the time. But no, this year I'm away to Seattle to see some friends, and then we're going to Forteventura for our first big family holiday, which is great.
You ever been to Seattle?
So once. So this is my second time going. So I've got close friends there. So no, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. But that's my only plans this year. It's just kind of working. Like I said, this is. I've just passed that first year. We're about a year and a half, like the shop's a year and a half old, so it's still kind of on the ground running, trying to keep up the business and stuff like that, because it is just me. So when you walk in, nothing's production line, nothing's getting sent away. It is as soon as it's in my hands, it doesn't leave my hands until it goes to you, unless obviously things are getting sent to Edinburgh ASSI office, which is somewhere, if you've heard of hallmarking, that is, I've got my own hallmark, so that's where I would send it to. So there's
so much more we could talk about. Listen, we'll do this again. You're a year in. We'll come back when you're maybe 2 years in and just say, how you doing? I'm sure you're going to win many, many awards between now and then. But thank you so much for chatting with us here, and go crank up some music and go make some fun gems and stuff.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry I'm so terrible.
No, you're not. No, this is really good. Let's get back to the music.
Gold!